In the previous video, I talked about different types of natural light in photography, and I also shared 6 mistakes that you can do when you're approaching light in your photos, and how everything can be changed by the right settings and the right light. Now in this video, I'm going to explore the direction of light. I'm going to show you practical situations and how to deal with it. And I'm going to analyze some of my own photos. Today I'm going to discuss about light in the context of the urban landscape. I think it's much easier to understand light in this context because it has a clear shape and pattern and geometric shape and pattern. We will be searching for light and shadow and contrast. And I'm going to be shooting just the landscape, or I'll also include portraits of my wife and daughter. As you can see, even in a normal staircase of a building, I have a window over here in this area, and I'm not including that particular window because this area would be completely blown out, but I'm using the light and I'm turning my model towards that light. I photographed these with the 35mm f2.8 ISO 100 and 640th of a second. As you can see, I'm looking for spots of light. I'm having a little bit of light over here on the hand, highlighting the shape of the hand, a little bit over here because I have a second window over here, and I'm having a little bit of rim light on this other arm, which creates a good separation between the model and the wall. And most importantly, I'm having this beautiful light on the face of the subject. Now let's talk about light in the context of landscape photography. As you can see in this photo, the light is flat. There is fog, the sky is full of clouds, and there is no direction of light. You can't see from where the light is. And because of that, you lose perspective, shape, dynamic. You don't have a feel of 3D, if you want, of depth. So the landscape, that's why it's called flat light, because it evens the differences between elements. But the same landscape in another day with a better light looks completely different. So we have this one over here, and from where this fog is, here comes the light behind the rocks over there. So now you're getting a true dimension of the place. You're starting to feel that this area over here is behind these rocks. You get proportion, you get depth, you get the feel that it's that the landscape in front of you is three-dimensional. Now let's take a look at this photo, for example. We have a beautiful sunrise light, and the light is somewhere around here, and we're getting a little bit of highlight in the fog at the base of this really huge rock, but it helps drawing the attention of the viewer towards this area and towards this rock. We also have a little bit of light over here. The valley itself is in shadow, and this helps create a really beautiful contrast between this area and this area. And whenever you have contrast in light and differences in light, and you have shadow and light, you have a potential good photo because the attention of the viewer is drawn towards this area of light. In this other image, again, we have fog, but we are lucky and we have the sun lighting up the fog. So we have the warm glow of the sunrise on the peaks over here, but we also get the fog all lit by this beautiful sunrise light. So as you can see, and you can maybe you can notice that whenever I'm photographing sunrise or sunsets, I'm not having the entire scene full of light. I only have some elements in that beautiful light. Now this day was a day again with some flat light, but because the sky was not completely covered by clouds, we do have a little bit of direction of light. That is why we have a little bit of darkness and shadow in this foreground area and more light in the background, and this helps with separation and depth in this photo. And as I told you in the previous photo, whenever I'm photographing the sunrise or sunset, I'm trying to get light only on my point of interest, and that is the subject. It's the same thing I did here. I waited for the sun to go down until we have shadow on this area. And on this background peak, we have the beautiful reddish light of the sunset. It's a sunrise, we have some fog in the valley, and that's why we're seeing all these rays coming down through the trees. If you want to learn more about photography in general, I have an ebook on landscape photography, and you can also join me for one of my workshops. And the link to my website where you can find all the details is in the description of this video. Until next time, keep on photographing because it's the only way that you can get better. Bye-bye.